Everyone seemed to ask me, how is it even possible to get these many jobs abroad from my home country? I have received way too many congratulatory messages. If I had a quid for every single one, as well as many, many questions about the process, I realized numerous persons, way, way more than I anticipated, want the exact same thing. So, in this series, I will break it down here step by step. Hi, everyone from every single country. My name is Christie. I'm so glad I finally found the time to do this. So, early this year, when we decided to relocate to the UK, I wanted a more permanent situation. So, I decided to go for a job instead of a student visa. All three jobs were gotten sitting in my office in Nigeria. I promised myself I was going to share these tips with every single person once successful, because these were the exact same guidelines I wish I had during my time. So why not? Today, we'll focus on the UK. Another video, I'm going to tell you guys how I got two jobs in two other countries. Okay, to keep this video short, we will do this as piecemeals and I'll provide an overview of the entire process from end to end and take some questions in just a few slides. Then in subsequent videos, we'll go in depth into each phase of the process and answer all of your questions. Ready? The first step is the HCPC registration, and HCPC stands for the Health and Care Profession Council. I have decided to do this in mini slides so that you'll be able to see the websites and their spellings. So you go under the HCPC, you go to the HCPC sites rather, which is www.hcpcuk.org, and then you download the forms to fill out accordingly. Note that HCPC does not cover all professions. It covers biomedical scientists who are called medical laboratory scientists in some countries, covers clinical laboratory scientists, physiotherapists, radiographers, speech and language therapists, and a host of others, but it does not cover doctors and nurses. Their process is a bit different. So when you go to the site as displayed here, you download the forms, fill out the forms, and send via courier to the address displayed on your screen. The sooner you send your documentation, the better, because it is sort of queued up. So it is when you send it that your turn might come sooner than somebody who sent much later. And I'll also advise that patience is key here. You would have to wait. I understand now that the wait is longer than used to be. That is because everybody from all over the world, people are trying to register with HCPC, and the crowd is becoming more and more each passing day. So you would need to be patient for them to get back to you and prompt you to pay something called the scrutiny fee. The scrutiny fee is the fee that will be used to process your documentation, and the prices have increased as well. It used to be for something, and now I understand that it has increased. So you go to the site and find out the latest amounts as we speak. Also, what would help here would be emails. Always send email reminders. But when we get to the video solely for HCPC registration, I will take you through that process step by step. The next vital step is applying for the jobs on the NHS sites, and you can use any of the sites displayed on your screen. You can apply directly on the NHS site. A couple of persons have asked me about agents. Well, what I can say is for now, I do not know of any agent that works with biomedical scientists and the others that are covered in this video. But I do know that some agents work with nurses as well as doctors. But you can go directly, apply on their sites, and be invited for interview and secure a job directly, so without using an agent. That is what I did, at least. So, two things I will tell you here: the number of applications, or rather, the number of good applications you make, is directly proportional to the number of interview invites you get. And the more the interview invites, the better, the higher your chances of securing a job. All you need is one job, so that's a good chance. So, the other thing that's very important in securing an interview invite is something called the supporting information. On the NHS site, you will find that when you enter your details, you get to a point where you need to talk about yourself in a summary, talk about your achievements and yourself in general. That is what is called supporting information. And that is critical because usually that essay is being read, and that would determine whether you're invited for an interview or not. In the next video, trust me, you don't want to miss the next video. We'll talk about how to write a superb supporting information. The next critical step is attending interviews online. When your application is successful, as stated in the previous slide, you will be sent a link, you'll be notified and sent an interview invite link. With that, you'll be able to access the interview room on the scheduled date. So you would require, of course, a PC. Some people try to use their phones, but I was very wary of that. I didn't want any interruptions. You also need a strong internet connection. I know I'm talking to some people in third world countries, so you need to check your internet connection before the interview commences. You also need a healthy dose of confidence and clear communication. I cannot emphasize this enough. You will be judged by this. You have to be able to clearly communicate what you have done, your past experiences, your achievements, as well as introduce yourself. And you just have to be able to speak clearly in English language. Also, if you would like me to leave some interview questions, just drop a comment below in the comment section below, and I'll respond with some questions that will help you ace your interview. Finally, the easy part: COS and visa application. Once you're successful, after a successful interview, you'll be sent a code, an alphanumeric code, which you will use to apply for your visa. And this is pretty straightforward. Once you put all your documentation together, your visa will be granted and you pack your bags. I tell you, it's that straightforward. Once you submit your visa, pay the visa fee, and attend the biometrics, you will be granted. I was granted after 5 working days, so it's kind of a special visa called the health and care visa. So once you apply for that, it is prioritized and you will get your visa in no time. Okay, this concludes the overview. I'll take some questions in a minute. However, if you have questions or comments about any phase of the process which I have just described, do leave a comment below in the comment section. I will come give you a personalized response as soon as I see it. Now is a great time to click that subscribe button below and turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I release content that will literally change your life. You don't want to miss out. So I have a couple of questions here. Let me see. The first question says, "Hello, Mrs. Christie. Hiya. I am experiencing delays with the HCPC. What do I do?" Hmm. I need to tell you that you have little or no control over the HCPC phase of the process. So patience will help you, will do you a lot of good here. And also, I would advise that you send email reminders, say every 2 to 3 days, because I can recall vividly that during my time I had to send several emails before I got HCPC registered. So try that and see if it will give you a faster outcome. Another question here, please, Christy. I've been applying for jobs but no interview yet, not even a single one. I do not know if I'm doing it right. This is interesting because I've received this question more than once. So, what I would say here is that if you haven't got an interview yet, even though you have made so many applications, you need to review your application. If your application is not solid enough to get you even one interview, then it requires a review or even an overhaul. So, especially the part I told you about called the supporting information. This part is critical because it summarizes who you are. It practically sells you in your absence. So you need to focus in that section of your application and do a good job. That is why you cannot afford to miss the video about how to write an excellent supporting information. So watch out for that video and it will definitely help you. And I can see I've received this question multiple times, so several persons are experiencing this. If you are experiencing this kind of problem, finding it difficult to get an interview, leave a comment below and I'll see how I can personalize my response to your case. If you also have been getting interviews but unsuccessful so far, also leave a comment and I would know which of the videos and what questions to address in the next video. Thank you. I will see you in the next video.